Well, thank you for staying on Prime Morning. This is where we dig into the papers. But right before that, bonjour, MFA, ça va?
Bonjour, ça va très bien. Merci.
Samim. Palagraste, do you know? Anyway, so I hope you're well. Hope you slept well. It was a rainy morning and all of that.
You know, that kind of morning. You're not too sure if you're, I've
Somewhere
had some,
in between, huh?
Yeah, I've had some coffee, but a little later it will wake me up.
Coffee doesn't work well with me, and I actually didn't sleep well. You know, sometimes it's, when we come and sit here, some people on the other side think everything is okay with our world.
No. Sometimes
we're very human with red blood, and the night was not, it was a fitful night. And at a point in time, my tummy too was doing some gymnastics. But here we are. It's another beautiful morning. Right now, though, we're ready for you. Let's get into Newsflash. Welcome back. Now let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. STC faces financial crisis, loses 50 million Ghana cedis to COVID-19, appeals for urgent bailout. How did this happen? The company lost about 3 million Ghana cedis during the partial lockdown of Accra and 7.5 million as a result of the social distancing directive by government. And those were revealed by the managing director of STC, Nana Komia, to the Daily Graphic. If you want to find out about other losses they incurred, including about 2.6 million Ghana cedis monthly, go to the front page and page 3 of the paper. AFDB, African Development Bank, grants $75 million loan to GIIF facility to finance projects. Coordinated effort needed to combat climate change. That's according to the Chibi Declaration. And stay off Noose lands or face my wrath. The Asante Hene has been ferocious on that matter. Now, in there somewhere, when it comes to politics, page 18, Medina MP drags police to Parliament for contempt. On page 23, is your tongue leading you to an early grave? And here I'm not talking necessarily about what you say. I'm talking about your consumption of sodium, salt. Yeah. Other stories in there in the newspaper. Let me get to the middle spread. It says SMT commits to customers and stakeholders, SMT Ghana, and then use strategic stocks to reduce high fuel prices. That is according to former Finance Minister Seth Tekbe. On the back page, 2 robbers die in gun battle with police. That's it for the Daily Graphic newspaper.
I continue with the Ghanaian Times this morning, and President hands over operational vehicles to Ghana Armed Forces is on page 16 of the Ghanaian Times this morning. And also, Magdan Foundation inaugurates ultra-modern school share factory for Yendi community. And also, here is a security health threat. So junkies, mental patients occupy the streets of Accra is on page 17 of the Ghanaian Times this morning, and also photos and updates of how the first female vice chancellor of the University of Ghana was sworn in yesterday. A part of her speech yesterday that caught my attention was the fact that she was going to provide each student with a laptop. Each student with a laptop, yeah, and also create more campuses so that they're able to take
absorb more
students. Because of the influx of the free SHS.
These are interesting initiatives. It's just that when it comes to the laptop bit in this country, I have seen, I mean, the latest one being government giving teachers laptops, and then some of them complaining about what type of laptop it is because you can't even tell what brand it is and all of that. I mean, there are so many things when it comes to the Mahama administration did it, problems, the current administration has done it.
Honestly,
issues.
Benjamin,
I don't know
any teacher who's asking what brand and what type of laptop.
No, do you know, there are realistic concerns though, because someone is saying, okay, I don't even know what brand this is. BBN says, yeah, charger. It's not Asus, it is not Dell, it is not... definitely not a Mac.
I
it is not this.
Still overly stretching it.
No, it isn't.
No.
Have you noticed how some gadgets that are not even vehicles
Benjamin,
that you don't
have
find in our system.
You don't have a laptop at all.
I'm not overlooking that, but I'm saying that hopefully
I think that
we will not just go
because
and
I know that it's rolled already, but I'm not sure if all the teachers in the country have had these.
No, not all of them.
Not all of them. And so you might want to even take delivery of the laptops first before you start worrying about whether if
No, those who have taken delivery are the ones who are talking about, because they've seen what it is.
Anyway, let's see what's happening in the middle page. Okay, so there's a photo of a junkie at the Kwame Nkrumah interchange. I'm not too sure what this means, but it is a security and health threat. Health threat is in the middle page of the Ghanaian Times this morning, and the pictures of the vehicles being handed over to the Ghana Armed Forces. Let's see behind the papers. Okay, that's it really. Yeah, Benjamin.
All right, so let's move on to the Chronicle newspaper now. And it says how 2 police officers were beaten at Ada Lohor. That has become another story that is getting our attention. Their guns were also seized. 6 people have been arrested over Pram killing. And then Gulf of Guinea is the most dangerous zone in the world. That's according to the transport minister. President restocks Army's fleet with 60 cars. All of these stories in the Chronicle newspaper. But let me just quickly get into that story. The Minister for Transport, Mr. Kukufori Esiama, has asserted the Gulf of Guinea is the most dangerous zone in the world. According to the minister, 94% of the world's piracy takes place there. He made the comments at a press briefing organized by the Ministry of Information in Accra yesterday. Get details from the paper. But let's wrap with today's biblical quote. It says, it's taken from Proverbs 24, verse 29. Do not say, I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay the man back for what he has done. And MFI, I believe it ties into the 2 police officers getting beaten, because subsequently they raided the area, beating people, whipping women, telling them to look at the sun. I mean, bread, loaves of bread,
and crates of
drinks, water, all consumed and not paid for, you know, stuff like that. So I guess that's what the linkage is. Do not say, I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay the man back for what he has done. So God will pay, not man.
Not man.
Not man. That's it for the Chronicle newspaper.
The Daily Guide this morning, Dr. Ajay donates maternity blocks to KNUST is on page 6 of the Daily Guide this morning. And also, AG, the Attorney General, has been defending why he had to, he had to go and, yesterday
interact with, is it
the Clemens,
Justice?
Yes, Justice
It was actually just Justice Doche that he was interacting with, the latest one that has, come up. Honyanuga was on the case initially, and he was cited for some bias, which would make him unfit. I'm putting it in very lay terms to proceed with the Opuni case.
Yes.
And now we had another instance of Dr. Opuni also citing the fact that the AG was spotted, he was with, what's his name now? Justice Doche, right before another very important ruling. And so that creates bias. It puts Doche in a tight corner in terms of being fair. And now all of these developments have come up. I don't know whether there's another development that you're reading.
So the Attorney General has actually been explaining why he didn't accept the Supreme Court's ruling on taking Justice Hunyaniga off the case. Yesterday there's an update that he won by 3-2, so that he has to sit on the case. I'm not too sure 3-2, but whichever way, he has to come back. Yeah. He had to come back to sit on the case for Dr.
Opuni.
Yes, Dr. Opuni. Yes. So just in the case of assumed justice. Yes, Justice Godfrey Yobadame has been speaking. Now, also, if you go to page 3 of the Daily Guide this morning, you'll see photos of Medical and Shatta Wale and the other guys who who have been bailed that they were undergoing some spiritual cleansing. And okay, that's on page 8 actually. So Shatawale Medical undergoes spiritual cleansing. I'm not too sure what exactly and what type of spiritual cleansing.
What exactly?
But they're by the beach, so I don't know. Maybe they're just taking a bath. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, let's see. Celebrated dancehall artist Charles Niama Mensah, popularly known as Shatawale, and rapper Samuel Ejufrimpong, also known as Medical, after they were granted bail on Tuesday, visited one of the beaches in Accra to perform some spiritual rites, together with 3 others. The artists have been on remand. Okay, we know this, but they were seen in a video holding hands with their heads bowed, praying. Are you? I mean, how do you know that this is spiritual cleansing? How do you know this? They probably just went to take a warm bath. Anyway, that's the center spread
bath.
Yeah.
That would be a very warm, salty, sandy bath. Not to mention whatever concoctions could be in there, especially considering the state.
Are you talking ill of our beaches?
The state of, should I remind you of what you said only? I'm saying that
I'd rather be
most of our beaches, and you the last time, even when I was trying to paint a bit of a positive picture, you wouldn't even allow me. So don't go there. Don't even go there.
So that's it for the middle page. It's a story of Martha Nkuma's comment on celebrities posting nude photos on social media, but that just might find it way on what's trending, and I'll give you an update on that. So that's it for the Daily Guide newspaper. Yeah.
Let's do the Daily Statesman. New UGVC seeks president's help to clear a debt. That is trending. She's talking about that rogue issue. You can check out details on page 4. Help sustain our peace. President charges military. Baumia speaks on digital economy next week. Then, checking out some other stories in the paper. Secondly, Takrade women weep over Joanna Kra's imprisonment. You remember the lady who faked her kidnapping, and now she was looking for only 5,000 cedis. Now she's been slapped with 6 years in prison, in the tin. And I guess while we weep for her, we can also, one aspect of the law is it is supposed to serve as a deterrent when you see punitive measures brought to bear on someone. So hopefully others who may have been planning to do same would think twice and not go down that road. Just a few more stories in the paper I'd like to highlight. Sodom, Gomorrah, and LGBTQI plus rights. That is on page 10 of the paper. And maybe to wrap with some entertainment, Reggie Rockstone, Grandpapa, he says, fame is temporary. Respect is what you need. Fame is temporary. Respect is what you need. Which also reminds me of another quote. I think it's by Abraham Lincoln. He says, reputation is the shadow. Character is the tree proper. Reputation is just what you see, but character is the tree, which is why it's more important. Reputation, people can think, oh, this is what the person is like, which is like a shadow of a tree.
Okay.
But character is the real deal.
I've got both.
MFA, who are you?
My name is MFA Kosiadati.
Yeah, if you had to describe yourself in one word, what would you say?
I'm a woman of everything.
No, one word. Just
everything.
One word.
I'm everything.
Everything.
I'm everything.
Proverbs something woman. Okay.
Right, so the New Crusading Guide has been reporting how Napo, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Pempe, Energy Minister, has been named among some top 25 movers and shakers to watch the continent's energy sector in 2022. That's some big one, and congratulations to him. And also, Chabosom backs IGP and says that presenting evidence to back prophecies is a right call. Yeah. So
evidence to back prophecies.
Prophecies, yeah.
Wait,
so you know that the
IGP
IGP has met Christian leaders, yes, religious leaders.
And some of them have shared their disgust, so to speak, at some of these prophets, whatever you may call them, who are always putting things out there and this and that. Look, let's be frank. Some of them just do that. They've not seen anything. Some
of them have seen something too.
And that's why I'm saying some. whether the sum is 90% or the sum is 2%, but some of them do that. And it's all about popularity.
But how do you
they want to get,
evidence?
they've seen, I mean, let's face it, in our country, we love miracles. We are like the people of Israel back then. Perform a miracle for us to see. We want to see something. Oh, he did this. Oh, wow. He did this for that woman.
I agree.
We've become too much of that.
I totally agree. But I'm asking, what kind of evidence?
Into the gullibility.
What kind of evidence can you provide?
Well, I don't know. Spiritual evidence. That's why in a court of law, we don't deal with spiritual matters because it's intangible.
So why are we asking something that's evidential, which is something
well,
you
I'm
only
sure when you get
present
into the
the law of
details,
courts?
we'll get exactly why maybe this is coming up. But it's going to definitely be tricky, that I can say.
Anyway, if you have been worried about traveling outside of the country because of COVID, and especially the one that comes with airports, just rest assured that there's continuous disinfection of the airports and it builds resilience to control COVID-19. Our Kutuka International Airport is safe, and then you can go on and travel all you can. The New Crusading Guide also reported on how the president has been equipping the Ghana Army with 50 vehicles and cut short for 24.8 million housing projects. Is on page 3 and 10 of the New Crusading Guide. Benjamin, got any new paper?
Well, it's interesting because yesterday I think I saw some of those from the patrol team, the COVID-19 team, disinfection, actually, right around here when I was leaving, our premises, and I saw them with their sprayers and the knapsack and all of that. No, not the knapsack, the back operated thing, right down where we are. And I was wondering what was going on, but I guess they were going to disinfect someplace close.
Yep.
I've not seen this paper in forever. I don't even know.
Which one is that?
But the Business Analyst.
Okay.
Yes. And it says potential bond investors worry over Ghana's high public debt. Fitch Solutions saying that. Then there's EC's 500 million Ghana CD savings factual, backed by documentary proof. That's according to Dr. Bosman Asari, and this matter continues. And then Finance Minister to present 2022 budget on November 17. What would be your expectations, if the prices of fuel are going up, the prices of most foodstuffs are also shooting up? You saw the other day when I went to the Malata market and all of that. If you are even farther away from the main markets, that could mean forking out even more money to buy. Yeah, because they come and get them from the major markets and come and sell to you.
Excuse your language this morning.
Oh, forking, F-O-R-K-I-N-G.
But I still say excuse your language this morning.
Okay.
I like to see that there's enough money allocated for the educational sector, especially infrastructure. So that would have more buildings.
E-blocks on your mind?
Sorry, e-blocks maybe. And also...
You want to be Togbe Fiti's friend there?
Well, not exactly. The law students, so that won't come here and be complaining of, infrastructure for students. So we want to see more infrastructure for education. Yeah.
Right. So this is what we're going to do today. It's a bit of a remix. We'll do sports before we come your way with what's trending. And some interesting matches, let me tell you that for a fact.
That sends some beaming light in your eyes.
Not even in. It was interesting because yesterday, some of the biggest teams across Europe lost. Bayern Munich were thrashed by...
So, team.
Bayern Munich is one of the most informed teams in the world. Real lost, Barcelona lost, and on the back of that, Ronald Koeman, their coach, has been sacked. Xavi has been, asked to replace him. They lost to, Rayo Vallecano. I mean, can you... you don't even know the name, right? And others. But the details will be coming your way as Nathaniel joins us right after this break.